Welcome to part 2 of the tutorial on leatherworking for Glowforge users and other laser users, I guess. So today we're going to talk about actually making our first cuts. So here I've got opened a file that I bought off of Etsy. This is a minimalist wallet, a front pocket wallet. And one thing that you'll notice, this is something I do, this is something that the designer of this has done, is that the stitching holes are a different color than the outline. So anytime you do this, you want to make sure that your stitching holes are a different color than the main cut, because leather is usually stored rolled up. You should store leather grain side in, rolled up, so it doesn't get damaged by light. Leather will actually tan just like your skin will. So you want to keep it like that for protection. What that means is when you unroll it to make a cut out of it, it's going to want to roll itself back up. So it can curl while you're cutting. And if you cut the outline before you cut the stitch holes, then it has a tendency to curl up, and then your stitch holes are off spot and out of focus, and it's just going to make a mess. You're going to ruin a piece of leather. And if you're paying the prices that they're asking for proof grade stuff, that you're going to hate life. Same with the prices they're asking for that Amazon stuff I told you not to buy. Don't do that. Don't do that. So let's jump on over to the Glowforge software. And first I'll show you this file that I've created. This is a test cut file. Now, all pieces of leather are different. Wood's different, and everything's different. And these files right here are a good way to test settings and dial in for your particular material. So each one is a different setting. And I go speed over here and power over here. So I'm going to say my powers are going to be 80, 85, 90, and 95, and my speeds are going to be 160, 170, 180, and 190. All right, it looks like 150, 160, 170, and 180. Sorry. So you'll do, this one is going to be a 150, 80, 150, 85, 150, 90, and so on until you get to the one that you like best. You're looking for something that cuts all the way through cleanly and also doesn't leave a lot of soot or charring. Mostly you want that clean cut, you want that full cut, not a partial score, or else you're gonna have to clean that up with a knife yourself, and that really is a pain. So I would recommend doing something like this on any piece of leather that you get, any new hide that you get. Cut yourself off a small, like 3x3 scrap. Make this little cut sheet, and I'm going to throw that in the description down below. There will be a Google Drive link to it. But let's jump back out here, and we'll go into the wallet that I'm going to make. So I took that wallet out of Inkscape. I moved them a little bit closer to each other. I can actually probably move these in a little bit closer, even just to save space. And what I'll do is I'll select all, and I'll come down here to this ruler, and I will get what my size is. So 8.2 by 6.7, 6 3/4 of an inch, and I like to give it a little bit extra space. When you buy a hide, you're talking about working with 20 square feet plus of leather, so you need to know how big this cut is going to take up, so you can go trim out a piece of it, throw it in the Glowforge, and be ready to go. And what I like to do is put a piece of paper behind it, because dark brown leather on the black honeycomb under the lighting in the Glowforge does not show up, and it's super hard to position it. So I've just put a piece of paper behind there that I used for scoring for alignment on some other things, and makes contrast. So next thing I want to do is set focus, and while that's going, I can come up here, and you see this is the layer for the holes, and this is the layer for the outline cuts. If you don't know in Glowforge, you can easily position these. You just drag them up and down, and it's always going to cut from the top one to the bottom one. So it's going to go right down the order over here. We want to put those holes first in the list so that they all get cut first. And then I want to set, this is going to be thick natural leather. 170, 100 is going to be a good cut for this. This is something I know because I've done the test before. And it's focused, and we are ready to go. So I'm going to hit print. Going to wait for it to do its magic, and I'm going to walk into my other room and hit the button on it. So next time we will talk about kind of the tools that you'll need for doing leatherworking outside of leather, or rather outside of Glowforge use. You're not going to do everything with a laser. There's some other stuff. We're going to talk about stitching and riveting and what you're going to need there, and how to do a basic saddle stitch. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned.